Alright, guys, we're finally back. Reason being is I've been increasingly busy at work, and so is Joker doing his own life here. Joker's back with me again today for a minor review on two of the same gun, pretty much. There's actually three of the same gun here, but the third one is the one from the PSA on tape video, and you will see what it looks like after this. So let's get started. We have a Remington 870 Wingmaster and an 870 Wingmaster. Both have the white front bead. The 28s only come in the satin finish here, which me and Joker both like over the high gloss, just because it doesn't slip as much. Same stippling, same brass brass trigger. The 28 has a short action, which just means the length of the extractor and everything pulling back. I've been out of it for a while, so my gun terminology is a little bit lacking. Sorry, everybody. First thing, let's go with him because they're his guns. What do you like and what do you not like?
Well, let's start with the good old, everybody knows the good old 12 gauge. The gun that has scared a lot of boys away from their girlfriends by their
Respective dates.
respective dates. A good man will fear her papa because he usually has one of these loaded in the closet at all times for in those situations when the situation calls for this. The old 12 gauge has been a home defense gun for everybody in generations. I have my grandfather's Winchester from the 50s. It's a 12 gauge. I've killed a lot of grouse with it. It's just a good gun. But the problem is with the 12 gauge, you can kill a lot of things with it. Problem is, it has a lot of overkill, kind of like a 20 does. You know, when you're going upland for grouse and quail,
The 20 is about the max you want to take.
yeah, you probably don't want to go above 20, but the 12 is great for turkey and duck. This is the main reason we bought it, because my grandpa's 12 is just, it's old, and
It's worn out.
it's not worn out.
Well,
It's
it's a pain to find ammo for.
well, excuse me. You have to, excuse me, guys. You have to make sure your shot is only lead, and I'm a freak about it, and I don't want to have the gun blow up in my face, so I really have to study it. Well, it was a good idea to get this one, replace the old 12, so my grandpa's 12 is going to be a trap gun, maybe, so, because that's always lead, so. This one is just our turkey gun, has high gloss finish, the action's good on it.
Good quality bluing, too.
Good quality bluing. I like the butt pad on it, picked this up shooting earlier today, and
Yeah,
that butt pad made a difference.
believe it or not, the 28, if it does not have a good butt pad, does have a kick to it.
It does. It does. Basically, this gun, this 12 gauge Wingmaster, is a great gun for duck and turkey. That's mainly our duck and turkey gun. This is what it's going to really be used for. It'll probably get called upon if we have to take a really long shot at a grouse, but other than that, it's really just for that. Now, moving on to the 28 here.
Let's get the 12 off of the rack here. As you can see, a much smaller gun.
Yeah, this has the 12 gauge has a 28 or 30-inch barrel. I can't remember.
28 usually.
Yeah, 20-inch barrel. This one has a 26-inch barrel. A little smaller, mainly meant for upland game birds like grouse and quail and pheasant.
Now, if you don't know what a grouse, pheasant, or quail are, they're small birds. You could look at pictures of them online. Oregon, we have the rough grouse, blue grouse, sage grouse, which is usually eastern Oregon.
Yeah, we have valley quail, mountain quail, and regular pheasant.
Yeah, a pheasant's a pheasant a world around.
Yeah. The 28, excuse me. The 28 gauge is mainly this is our new gun we're going to use for grouse. The problem was our 20 gauge we've used for almost 10 years. It started blowing their heads off, and I mean,
Yeah.
it was ugly. I mean, one, we blew a head and leg off, and we blown their wings off, and and trying to clean that up is just, the chest is full of pellets. There's really nothing left to eat.
Yeah,
except
let's
fillet
not
the-
go too gory with it on that. Let's save that for a cleaning video down the road.
Yes, very well, but
Because we don't want to describe all the gore until we show it on video.
of course,
Because who doesn't like an actual gore video here and there?
yeah.
And expect some hunting videos from us in the near future. Because hunting season is rapidly approaching.
Yes, but moving on though, the action. I'll get you a close-up video here of it. See the Wingmaster on it. See the wood. Get a close-up of that.
Very nice wood, satin finish. You can't really get the high gloss and the... They only do that in the 12, 16, and 20.
Yeah, 16, 12, and the 20 gauge. But to me, that's not big. We have a 20 gauge and a high gloss. Our rifles are in high gloss, so
His dad's a wood snob.
yes. But you know, it's a good finish. It's a good gun. All around, though, as far as the 28 goes, it's great for upland. You'll use it for squirrel, use it for grouse again, and basically all small game
At a close range.
at a close range, close to medium range. And these things have different chokes in it. The one's in it now is a full choke, but you really want to make sure your point's on aim with the 28 gauge. You want to make sure that you have a good aim and you know what you're shooting at and you know how your gun works.
Mhm.
So,
Well, moving on from the explanation of the two guns, let's get into things we like and dislike about the guns. You know, feature-wise.
yes,
Um,
start with the 28.
the 28, since it's already on the rack, I see nothing wrong with it other than the ammo is expensive.
It's only $13 a box. That's not bad compared to a 410.
410's $2 more.
410's about $16 a box.
Oh, did it go up again?
It went up again.
Okay, so yeah, your 28 gauge is going to be
10 to $13.
$10 to $13, but 28 gauge shotguns are kind of a pain to find. Now, if his dad would have been smart or, you know, less of an American snob, he would have went with Weatherby.
Well, Weatherby's an American company.
Some of them are made overseas.
Well, the one was made in America was high gloss and all that stuff, but he didn't want a semi-auto. He wanted a pump.
The Weatherby was a
Semi-auto.
Oh, it was a
Just
semi-auto?
But, oh well.
And surprisingly, he didn't go with Browning.
I was surprised.
But
He went with a Wingmaster after we bought this one.
all these guys here, the Wingmaster series, we have a third one out in the corner there. That's going to be another video here soon. These guns, very cheap on repair costs. Barrels run about $150 to $175 depending on the barrel you want and length. The cost for, after I redid mine, was $20 for both the pin and the spring, which is the firing pin and spring, I should say.
Forearm.
The forearm I paid $16 online for. You're gonna be hard pressed to find a deal like that unless you really look like I did. Even ask him; he was there with me. The stock, like I said, the high gloss, which is on the 12 here. I don't care for high gloss. High gloss is a little slippy for me. The triggers, love the triggers. They have mild serration on them, or yeah, serration. Very, very smooth actions, because they're both new. They'll only get smoother with age, depending on how we keep them, but he's usually a Nazi about how he cleans his guns, which is a good thing. Always clean your guns to the best that you can, or they're not going to operate to the best that they can. The gun is only...
Take care of your gun. It's going to take care of you.
Yes. The thing I was going to say is, your gun is only as good as you want it to be. Take good care of it, and it will treat you right.
Another thing about the Wingmasters, I'll take the 12 here and show you. I like the way they disassemble, which is Symbolist 12 for you. You undo this knob right here.
Which is the magazine tube nut.
Yeah.
And slide your action down slightly.
And do that.
And then slide your barrel off.
Show them the inside of the barrel. Pick it up and show them the inside of it.
Let me see if I can get this on camera here. There we go. Let's see if we can get that in there. If you can see that, it should be very shiny. This one's not quite as shiny because we did put about, what, 50 through? And they are the cheaper boxes of ammo because they are target loads. Target loads usually will run your shotgun. Yeah, exactly. It's like we didn't go out and blow through 200 rounds in both guns.
Yes. Another thing about these guns, so let me give you some pointers what I like, what I don't like about them, or what gun has something better over the other one.
You're going to need to push your action down again.
Push that.
Here, you want me to do it? Slide that bad boy up on there, and there you go.
That's a little thing you gotta learn. You gotta work around it.
And for the love of God, please don't go out and buy a gun and go shooting by yourself. Always take someone more experienced with you.
Yes, always do that in the action, you know. The sound that has intimidated burglars for almost 100 years.
Burglars and respective thieves, because of actually the 870 was a law enforcement gun for the longest time.
It also was used in the military in World War II.
World War II, wasn't it a breech clear gun?
It was just a trench gun.
Trench gun. That was also World War I too.
Yeah, true.
Or was that a Browning model?
I have no idea. I think it was a Remington, but I don't know what it was.
It might have been a Wingmaster.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up later. We'll take
It was a military contract gun. If you know what it was, please leave a comment down below. Now
let's give me some pointers here. I'm going to give you guys some pointers about what I like and what I don't like about it. Let's start with the 12, and I'll give you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and what I think the 28 has over the top of it. The high gloss, I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me. I like it. It's just, I think it's just
a little overkill.
a little, it's just a nice gun to hand down to your kids, but you better make sure they understand you got to take care of this.
Yeah.
Guns like this, you don't just take out in the woods and abuse and abuse and abuse and abuse and not put care into it. That's what the synthetic stocks have over wood stocks like this.
They could take the continuous scratching in a couple of drops.
Yeah, and they just, they keep on going, and this doesn't get cracked, and it doesn't get damaged, and you don't have to put care into it. That's why I kind of more synthetic over wood for hunting.
Well, if you're walking, but if you're in a truck, like a truck gun, wood's fine.
Yeah, true.
Wood's fine if you want to be a little careful with it, or if you already have a hand-me-down gun that's already scratched to hell.
Yeah.
Then you're fine. I will do a comprehensive video on how to redo a gun stock later on. It's not that hard, it's just labor-intensive.
Yes. One more thing about it. I like the high gloss. Doesn't bother me again, repeating that. It has a nice thing right here on the logo.
The Remington logo.
That's nice. The Remington Wingmaster right there. The bluey's nice on it. Just they got to take good care of it. And other than that, it's a good gun. Now on the 28, I like the finishes, high gloss and satin. I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to have to pay an additional $400 for high gloss, I'm not going to do high gloss.
I don't think it's going to be $400. I think it might be like close to like $60. But...
Well, it depends on the gun.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a Browning, it's going to be an arm and a leg just because you're paying for a Browning stain.
Yeah, but you can't beat a Browning. You're never going to go wrong with a Browning.
You could beat a Browning on finish.
Yeah. but
every maker has a lemon gun here and there.
Yeah, we all do. But now, moving on to the 28 gauge. Let's get a shot up of the wood.
I think we already have a shot in the video here, but let's just give it a quick overview here. Same
I'm
gun.
not going to take it down because it's a pain in the butt to get back together. It's just the same thing, a little bit smaller.
Yeah. Short action.
Short action. Feels the same to me, but then against a smaller gun. Now this thing, it does have a kick. Okay, this thing
because of this wimpy butt pad. This is just plastic versus the cushion pad you have here.
On a 12, which I'm thankful they put that on there.
Well, yeah, because I've shot a 12 without it. It is painful.
Yes. But basically, I think they're both a toss-up. They're two great guns. They're both great makers, and they got great.
Remington Arms is a timeless gun maker.
And I think they're just two different guns for just two different jobs: turkey and duck, grouse and upland. So. It depends on what the job calls for. If it's a grouse, I'll use a 28. If I have to shoot a turkey, I'll pull this guy out.
Exactly. We'll
have to do a video soon about our with the 1187. That thing's beautiful. It's a semi-auto. It's got engravings all over it. It's just the high gloss finish.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful on it.
That's a Remington, isn't it?
It's a Remington. It's killed more grouse than these two hope to ever kill.
Well, I wouldn't say that because they still got a lot of years left on them.
Yeah. But these guns are great guns. We got a good spectral carry. The 410 is just below that. No, that's actually not a gauge. It's actually counted as a caliber.
Yep.
It's great. It's killed a few grouse. I have a 410. I've killed a few grouse with it. Just not really has a long range. You really don't want to shoot beyond about 5 or 10 yards with it. This will cover that medium range.
The 20's in between these two.
And then this is like for really long shots with the grouse. If you ever have to. Which doesn't happen a lot.
This is that's the massive quail you've been hunting all day, and
Yeah,
it's about 40, 50 yards away,
Yeah.
or 30 or 40, depending on if you know where you're aiming.
Yeah.
So get with an experienced hunter, go out and go shooting,
And
Pro tip.
trap shooting is a good practice to get your aim.
especially for duck.
And trap, just general.
It's a good fun,
It's a good fun thing. So make
It's-
sure you're messing a shoulder pad or a butt thing.
and it's relatively cheap around here. What is it, $4 for 25?
Yeah.
And trap shooting is the clay pigeon, so the orange round disc that fires out of the launcher, commonly referred to as skeet.
Yeah. We'll do a video. We have some footage of us shooting these guns.
Yeah,
We'll
that
upload
will be a separate video because this one's actually kind of dragging on right now.
We're just tired guys, and it's just been a long week.
It's been a long couple of weeks. That's why I haven't put anything out, and he hasn't been in the picture here and there. But this has been Trenton and Joker with the Budget Shooter Project, and just remember, keep shooting and have a good time, y'all.